writing the story for us. This is pretty different from what would happen if you wrote this kind of prompt before. You know, ChatGPT is good at doing this sort of creative writing work, but it would write it directly inline in chat, and sometimes it's hard to piece out what's the document and like what's the preamble or the what comes after.
오늘은 뭐 큰 건 아닌 것 같죠.
보니까
캔버스를 쓴다 뭐 이런 개념인 것 같은데. 사실 저도 좀 놓쳤습니다. 네, 지금 잘 들리시나요?
The silly elves and the Christmas catastrophe.
Oh no, not a catastrophe.
In the snowy village of Tinseltown, nestled at the edge of the North Pole, lived the silliest group of elves you ever could imagine. All right, this is looking pretty good. You know, I could make some changes. I think this title is a little long, so I'm gonna, you know, maybe take this part out. Actually, you know, otherwise it's pretty good.
So ChatGPT can edit, and you can edit sort of side by side.
Yeah, so I can type in here, you know, I've been editing the title. I'm kind of making it for my kids. So this is a collaborative document. And just like you might be used to in other document editors, you can come in here, you can add text, you can bold text. You can do lots of things you can do in other document editors. You can edit, ChatGPT can edit. I could go over back to chat, and just similar like I would do in any other ChatGPT workflow, I could give it feedback. I could ask for changes.
클로드는 그 정연훈님, 그 클로드는 이렇게 그냥 문서만 딱 띄워주고 끝인데 그걸 그냥 그대로 복사하거나 뭐 버전 이렇게 여러 개 만들어주고 이런 정도인데 얘는 진짜로 이렇게 수정이 가능한 것 같죠, 이렇게.
Suggest edits, ask ChatGPT for feedback about what we might want to change about this.
Suggest.
Adjust the length, might make this longer or shorter. Maybe I want a shorter bedtime story. Reading level will change this to make it more sophisticated language or simpler language in case I wanted to make it easier to read for my younger kids.
원래 있지 않았나?
Polish is really helpful, especially when you bring your own content. Check for spelling mistakes, grammar, things like that.
코딩에만 있었는데 이제 글까지 확장된다는 거 제가 처음에 잘 못 들었거든요.
So if I click add emojis, I've got some options about where I want to put them, words, sections, lists. Let's try words.
민현식님,
I click that, and ChatGPT is going to get to town putting emojis into my doc.
Look at that.
So what you're seeing here is ChatGPT now making a revision to the document in Canvas. It's starting at the top, it's writing a new version of the doc, and it's sort of streaming in on top of the previous version, just to make it a little bit easier to see in context what's changing. And alongside this in the chat, you're seeing that it's editing, and you're noticing that we have our instructions back and forth. But otherwise, it's not getting sort of cluttered up with the different revisions that are happening.
Kind of looks like when my 8-year-old gets a hold of a phone.
Yeah, I think your kids are going to love this, Lee.
There's definitely a lot of emojis that I put in here that did a pretty good job. Okay, so that's how you get started with Canvas.
그쵸,
Canvas will trigger a couple different
scenarios.
You can ask ChatGPT to just start collaborating with you on a piece of content, whether it be writing or code, and it will open a canvas for you automatically. Or like I just did here in the interface, I'll show you again, is this button in the composer to view the tools. You just click Canvas, and that's going to create a new canvas every time.
Amazing. So in addition to storytelling, a lot of people use ChatGPT to help with their own writing. Learning how to be a good writer is hard, and today we're really excited to showcase some new features in Canvas to make it easier to get feedback on your work. So in my spare time, I'm a bit of a physics enthusiast, and so I have an essay here that I've been working on titled Santa's Sleigh, Exploring the Role of Dark Energy in Reindeer Propulsion. I'm going to copy this from my, from my text editor and paste it into the prompt area in ChatGPT. Because I put in a substantial amount of text, we now have a new button in the upper right that says Open in Canvas. If I click this, the content from the prompt is put into the canvas, and this is the same editable surface that Lee was demonstrating.
So could you bold that title maybe?
Yeah, so I can go in here and make a change if I wanted to before I send it off to ChatGPT.
But so this hasn't been sent yet. So when you made that bold change, what just happened?
Correct, yeah, this is all still a draft document. Yeah. So until I send a message, I can edit it as much as I want. And
이게 그 오픈AI 업데이트가 이제 4일차죠. 네, 4일차 업데이트를 보여주고 있는데 업데이트 내용은 캔버스라는 거를 정식 출시한다. 그리고 캔버스에 좀 여러 가지 기능이 추가된다. 이 정도인 것 같아요. 그래서 새로운 모델이 나오거나 새로운 엄청 AI 쪽으로 막 발전을 보여준다기보다는 편의성을 도와주는 것 같아요.
Previously, it would be hard to connect what the feedback ChatGPT is giving you to your own work because it would all be inline in the chat. But now with Canvas, ChatGPT is able to select specific portions of your work and leave comments inline, which makes it really easy to connect what the suggestions are to your work.
Yeah, I'm looking at these. These are pretty good feedback.
AI가 챗GPT가 이렇게 첨삭을 해준다, 글마다.
Of dark energy to immediately establish the physics connection. But it didn't just respond to that in chat. It selected Santa's sleigh and his flying reindeer have long fascinated people, blending mystery and magic. Okay, so it's like picking out sentences that it wants to give you feedback on and then writing the specific feedback per sentence.
Exactly. And each of these comments, I can have an apply button. And so clicking apply would allow ChatGPT to go through and apply the edit as it sees fit. And of course, I could then reject that edit if I wanted to. But since this is my own essay, I'm going to go in here and make changes on my own. So I like this comment. You may elaborate briefly on why dark energy is mysterious to provide context. I'm going to say we don't know why the universe expands, and we don't know why Santa is so fast in his sleigh. I'm curious about these. Cool.
The mysteries of the universe.
The mysteries of the universe. I'm going to dismiss this comment because I feel like I've addressed it.
Yep.
And when I'm ready to take my essay out of ChatGPT, I can click this copy button and send it off to my professor.
Great. I'm sure your professor is going to love these changes.
This is some cutting-edge research here. But in addition to writing in ChatGPT, we know a lot of people also use it for programming. And we've made some really exciting improvements to programming in Canvas as well.
Let's check it out.
이게 좀 중요할 것 같아요.
So I've also been helping Santa with some logistics
뭔가
for
제공할
toy
것인가.
manufacturing. And I've been learning some data science tools in Python.
So you're an OpenAI engineer. You're also a dark energy researcher, and you're helping Santa with logistics.
Yeah, I mean, Santa can be everywhere at once. We really try to as well here at OpenAI.
Okay, got it.
So I have some example code that I've been working on locally. So this is my local IDE, but something's not working, and I want some help debugging it. I'm going to copy that and then paste it into ChatGPT. I see the same Open in Canvas button. I click that, and now I have a canvas open, but this time it's actually a code editor. So ChatGPT has recognized that this is Python code. I get Python syntax highlighting and even some basic autocomplete.
Nice.
I know this code isn't working, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you help me debug this code? What might be going wrong? ChatGPT sees the code, looks like it identifies that plot.label does not exist in matplotlib. It provides an example corrected code. We could trust this and take it back locally, but one of the new features we want to demonstrate today is the ability to actually run your Python code within Canvas. So in the upper right, we have this button titled Run. Let's see if ChatGPT finishes. We'll click Run and see what happens. Click Run, and it looks like right away, actually, we see that label is not defined. So ChatGPT was correct.
온라인 ID를 제공하는 것 같아요. 런까지 있습니다. 실행까지 볼 수 있어요.
Anything in the console is shown to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT sees this exception, and it actually leaves a comment on it. And it looks like this corroborates what ChatGPT expected in the chat.
Label is not a valid function in matplotlib. You might likely use title instead. This is great. I feel like I'm always trying to learn new libraries, and this is exactly the kind of error.
과정을 하나 줄여주긴 했네요. 이게 뜨면서 자동으로 챗GPT에 이 오류를 넣는 행위를 항상 했는데 그거를 그냥 바로 붙여주네요. 픽스 버그를 바로 넣어주고.
We show ChatGPT the exception and your code, and it's able to edit the canvas to make that correction.
오, 바꿔줬다.
That was pretty fast. So maybe we want to see exactly what ChatGPT changed.
Yeah.
And there's this great Show Changes button in the Canvas
버전
header.
관리도 돼요.
Clicking that will give you an inline diff that should be familiar to people who use Git to show you exactly what changes were made.
That's cool. And Show Changes works not just for code, but for documents as well.
Exactly. Yeah, works across both of the editors. So now that we have this fix in place, we can try clicking Run to see if it works now. And wow, that was fast.
It's really fast.
Have our line chart now rendering in the console.
So can you explain a little bit about exactly what happened? Because that Python execution happened very quickly.
Yeah, so within Canvas, we actually load a WebAssembly Python emulator, which allows us to load almost any Python library and run your code almost instantly. So you get immediate feedback. You can collaborate with ChatGPT effortlessly and really have a tight feedback cycle all within ChatGPT.
Including generating graphics.
Including generating graphics. So Santa particularly is interested in some Sankey flow diagrams to kind of track how toys are flowing through his...
Sankey, those are the ones where there's like arrows in and arrows out.
Honestly, I'm not even sure.
Okay.
Santa asked me for this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn.
He's always challenging us.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT to add a Sankey flow diagram for Santa's toys. Please use appropriate colors. See if we get
HTML.
something Santa
그러게요.
themed.
이제 클로드는
So
HTML이
ChatGPT is gonna go
돼가지고
through
바로
and edit
그냥
our code again,
웹사이트가
and now it's
띄우는 걸
adding
해볼 수가
example 2, a
있는데
Sankey diagram.
얘는 되나
Cool. So we
모르겠네요.
got total toys, delivered to children, distributed to stores, defective.
Okay, so it's added a handful of lines of code, creating a Sankey, adding data, finishing it, and then saying show.
Yeah, let's try running this. Oh no, looks like there's been a problem with the
대량 오류가
colors.
났습니다.
But ChatGPT has an idea of how to fix that. Use a single color per flow.
Let's
Okay,
try it.
Let's try it.
This is kind of awesome because this is exactly what happens when I'm trying to learn something new. Is I will go search for example code, I'll run it, it inevitably won't quite work, and then I will try again, and then go through this loop and try to read the inscrutable Python errors and figure it out for myself.
Ooh, there we go.
All right, looks like
그러게요.
maybe Matplotlib
커서를
has
이게
some
넘을
bugs
수
in its Sankey
있을까요?
layout, but we got a graphic, so
좀 더
there we
편해지긴
We
go.
got a graphic, and we can keep
커서
refining this with
자체에서도
ChatGPT,
워낙
even
좀 AI
dragging this
기능들을 잘
image into the prompt
녹여내가지고.
there if you want to show ChatGPT exactly what this image looks like to help refine. So those are some of the new programming features in Canvas.
Amazing. All right, there's one last thing that I want to show, and
last
that
thing.
is bringing Canvas into custom GPTs. So GPTs, in case you're not familiar, are a way to give ChatGPT custom instructions, custom
캔버스를
context,
넣을 수
and a
있다고
lot of
합니다.
really distinct and specific behavior to whatever particular task that you have at hand. And then you can share them with other people so they can benefit as well. There's a GPT store full of these things. They're really interesting. And I decided to make one for Santa. You know, Santa gets all these letters and he has to respond to all of them. And I figure that's got to be a lot of work. And it might be helpful if you just had, you know, just like a first draft, something to start with. He could decide if he likes or didn't like it. He could edit. He could go from there and then send on his.
So you're also part of North Pole operations.
I can neither.
Both of you.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
All right. If Santa comes out with a frontier model, I'm going to be very suspicious.
So, Alexi, I happen to notice that you wrote your letter to Santa and left it out on your desk.
Oh, I meant to mail that already. I can't believe you found it.
Yeah. Well, I snapped a picture of that, and I figure maybe we could use that as a bit of an example here. So let's bring that, if I can figure out how my mouse works. OK, there we go. So we've got our picture into ChatGPT. Let's open it up real quick just to get a look.
A bike, a
윈드
GPU, and some dark
서플과
matter.
대세가 될 듯.
That tracks.
윈드
that's
막
like
비교하는 거
looks
요즘
like my
컨텐츠
letter.
많더라고요. 뭐 커서랑
You know, I also
볼트랑
figure Santa
윈드
has
서프
some
뭐 이런
context on
등등
whether
있죠.
you've been naughty or nice. That's
러스트
one of the
기반으로
things that he keeps track of. And
커스터마이제이션.
in addition to taking a picture of the letter, we probably want to add that in. So I'm going to let Santa Drafter know that Lexi's been nice this year.
Really appreciate that, Lee.
Yeah. OK, Alexi has been nice this year. So let's send this off to our custom GPT. And hopefully we'll get back
H100 GPU 달라고
to
산타한테.
Canvas. All right, here's our custom GPT starting to write out our letter.
Nice.
It says, Dear Alexi, ho, 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 thank you for your letter. I put a big smile on my
letter.
rosy-cheeked face. Let's see, what do we have here? First off, a new bike. Excellent choice. All right, looks like you're getting that bike.
Great.
H100 GPU, Mrs. Claus tells me it's quite the powerhouse running AI models. The elves in the tech workshop are tinkering away on that one for you as well, so that's promising. And dark matter, Santa's admitting that might even beyond his capabilities in the toy factory. So it sounds like maybe you shouldn't get your hopes up for that one.
Yeah, I don't know how you put that one in a stocking either, so.
But this is a pretty great first draft. And, you know, Santa could come in here and, you know, change this up as much as he wants, make edits as much as he wants, and then as soon as he's ready, you know,
OCR이 아니지 않을까요? 이게 멀티모달이 되니까 그냥 진짜 이미지 그 자체를
And so, you know, we should talk a little bit about what's actually happening here. You might have noticed that I didn't click the canvas button.
맥북인 것 같죠?
I didn't
사과가
mention
보이긴
to
합니다.
create a canvas. It just made a canvas. So this is an example of ChatGPT determining that canvas would be the right thing to do. But I had to know to do that.
Yeah.
Well, when I built this custom GPT, I put that in the custom instructions. So do you guys want to see how I made this?
Could you show?
Yep.
Yeah, please.
So if we go up here into the GPT, excuse me, and hit Edit, and that should take us to the configuration page. So this is how you set up a GPT. It's really pretty straightforward. You can get a picture and a name and a description so people in the store, if you choose to share it, can see what it's about. The important part here is the instructions. So I wrote here, you're a tool for Santa to help write first draft responses in Canvas to the letters that he gets. Every response to be written in Santa's characteristic style and humor, and your job is to write responses to the letters using the Canvas tool. So in the instructions, I told it to use the Canvas tool, so I'm going to expect that it will use Canvas pretty much to every thing that I put in there, which is exactly what I want this to do. That's going to be the right tool.
툴에 지금 캔버스
In addition to that,
여기
down
추가됐죠.
here at the bottom is a list of checkboxes on your capabilities.
수가 있다.
So this is the set of tools in ChatGPT that are available in GPTs. And there's the new one here, Canvas, which is starting as we roll out today, will be on by default for new GPTs. Existing GPTs, we're going to leave this off. That way we don't disrupt the behavior of any existing GPTs that people have created. But if you want to add Canvas to your existing GPT, very easy to do that. You just go into this configuration screen. You'll see that checkbox, and you can check it. And then you'll have Canvas available in your GPT.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this is Canvas. That's the handful of things we wanted to show you today. We've got Canvas rolling out to all web users, regardless of plan, as a default experience in 4.0. So whether you're on a free plan or a paid plan, you'll have Canvas. We've got using your own content in ChatGPT
그냥
or
오늘
using your own content
발표는
in Canvas.
캔버스.
We've got code execution, and we've got
캔버스 쓸
Canvas
수
and
있다.
custom GPTs.
It's awesome. So we're super excited to see what you do with it. Like Lee said, we'll be rolling this out today. Before we go, though, let's end with a Christmas joke.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
we're ready.
맨날 끝날 때
How does
크리스마스
Santa
조크 하나씩
take
하더라고요.
photos?
All right, let's hear it.
With a North Polaroid.
Oh.
All right, see you tomorrow, everybody.
뭐지? 무슨 개그지? 이해를 못했습니다. 노스 폴라로이드가 뭐죠? 아하. 뭐 전혀 어썸 어메이징하지 않은 것 같고요. 네, 뭐 그냥 사실 캔버스 원래 됐는데 그 좀 더 기능 약간 더 넣고 그 무료 유저도 쓸 수 있게 플랜 상관없이 쓸 수 있고 조금 더 좋은 점이 있다면 그 코딩할 때 조금 더 뭔가 파이썬 코드 실행하거나 이 디버깅 빠르게 해주거나 하는 거. 근데 일반 이제 AI 들어간 코드 에디터 요즘 워낙 많다 보니까 사실 비슷한 기능을 제공하는 것들이 원체 많았죠. 네. 아무튼 요거는 어떻게 보면 사실 이거 좀 이해해줄 필요도 있긴 해요. 오픈 AI가 12일 동안 업데이트를 준비하잖아요. 어떻게 12일 동안 다 큰 것만 하겠어요. 그래서 오늘 같은 날도 있다. 네, 오늘처럼 그냥 쉬어가는 날도 있다. 네, 캔버스 정도의 업데이트가 있었습니다. 아하. 그 이상윤님 그겁니다. 그 뭐지? 캔버스 GPTs 만들 때 보면 이 준내거지를 예를 들어서 보면은 이거 수정하기 여기로 가야 되나? 준내거지 내 GPT 구성. 네, 아직 추가 안 됐네. 네, 여기에 추가된 거예요. 그러니까 GPTs 나만의 이제 GPTs를 만들 수 있잖아요. 그 인스트럭션 넣고 이름 설명 넣어가지고 내 GPTs를 만들 수가 있는데 여기에 요거가 캔버스를 키고 끌 수 있도록 추가를 할 수 있다고 합니다. 그러게요. 5원 API도 없고 5원 프로 API 나오면은 이제 그 투자 자동화 그것도 업데이트 하려고 했는데 안타깝습니다. 소라 이거 안 된다고 하더라고요. 뭐 처음 시작할 때 이번 라이브 시작할 때도 막 그 생각보다 수요가 너무 많이 몰렸다 뭐 이런 얘기 나오던데 지금 되나 모르겠네요. 되나? 큐트 레빗 되네. 되는 것 같아요. 일단 이거 뭐 수요 몰리면 안 됐는데 지금 또 되네요. 네, 이런 거. 제가 인스타그램 보다가 소라로 만든 영상들이 바이럴 엄청 되더라고요. 약간 저는 제 예상에 이렇게 귀여운 것들이 나올 줄 알았거든요. 귀여운 것들이 유행할 줄 알았는데 지금 유행하는 건 약간 웃긴 거. 약간 막 말도 안 되게 막 행동이 변환되면서 웃긴 것들이 약간 바이럴 되고 있습니다. 그래서 이거 네, 저는 요 고양이로 시도를 했는데 망했습니다. 조회수가 그렇게 높지 않습니다. 네, 그래서 망했고 좀 웃긴 걸 만들어야 된다 이런 생각이 들었습니다. 오, 되게 빠르네요. 잘 되는데요. 유료는 잘 되나 봐요. 무료가 안 되는 건가? 심해 생물 기괴한 거 해외에서 특히 대박. 그러게요. 뭔가 그런 거를 올려야 됐나. 너무 귀여운 거가 통하지 않을까라는 좀 얄팍한 생각이었는데 네, 재밌는 게 통하거나 아니면 기괴한 게 통하거나 네, 그런 게 더 통했던 것 같네요. 오, 잘 나온다. 오, 네, 귀엽게 나오긴 하네요. 어허. 아주 잘 나오네. 왜 이렇게 잘 나오지? 더 빨라진 것 같아요. 원래 되게 느렸는데. 왜 이렇게 빠르지? 어, 아무튼, 저도 시청 감사드립니다. 네. 근데 참 별거 없는 날이어가지고, 네. 저도 그냥 혼자 볼까 하다가, 네, 그냥 어차피 같이 보는 거 방송이라도 켜고 보자 해서 빠르게 켜봤습니다. 음, 맞아요. 확실히 영상 퀄리티는 지금까지 중엔 제일 좋은 것 같긴 해요. 네, 너무 잘 나오긴 하죠. 오. 좋아요. 감사드립니다. 네, 그러면은 네, 오늘 라이브는 캔버스 업데이트였고 별거 없었다. 네, 그냥 기능 조금 추가되고 AI 코딩 이런 거 조금 뭔가 파이썬 실행이라던가 디버깅 정도 추가됐다. 네, 이 정도만 소개해드릴 수 있을 것 같고 방송 종료하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 내일 새벽에도 켜보겠습니다. 내일 새벽에 또 뭔가 좀 큰 게 내일은 왔으면 좋겠는데 네, 아무튼 내일 새벽에도 혹시 보실 분들은 같이 보면 좋을 것 같습니다. 네, 감사합니다. 조바입니다. 안녕히 주무세요. 내일 출근도 화이팅입니다.